all of my adult life, I tried to heal from survival mode. I read the books, I listened to the podcasts, I watched the YouTube videos, and I implemented all of the strategies that I was learning. But nothing actually worked for me. I mean, sometimes it'll work 1 week, but then the next week I'll just be back into survival mode. This was what finally helped me heal. Survival mode, for those who are not familiar, is literally just what it says. It's a mode where all you can think about is your survival. That's it. You're not able to think about anything else. You just want to survive. And this was given to us as a gift from God as a protective mechanism. It's supposed to protect us from danger. So think about a person being chased by a bear or a lion. What's happening then? They're obviously only thinking about their survival. Adrenaline is pumping through their veins. Their cortisol levels are spiked all the way up, right? They're just thinking about how can I escape from this situation, because they have to save themselves. This is a gift God gave to us so that we can save ourselves from danger. But the problem is nobody, no organism is supposed to live in survival mode for a long period of time. It's only meant for that period of time that you are in danger. You're actually in danger and you need to save yourself. But when there's literally nothing chasing you, nobody is chasing you, maybe you're in your room and you're sitting in bed, yet you're still experiencing the same level of fear, the same level of stress, the same amount of adrenaline pumping through your veins. That means you're living in survival mode. This was how I healed from survival mode. One day I was in my room just panicking. I was feeling all the pain in my chest. I was feeling all the stress in my body. My body was literally crying for me to relax, but I couldn't, because I had all of these thoughts going through my head. Thoughts of worst case scenarios happening to me, and I believed they were going to happen to me. I was doing the affirmations, but they didn't work because I didn't believe them. Affirmations can only work if you believe them, right? But finally I turned to God and I said, God, you know what? I'm actually just tired of this. I'm tired of living my life like this, just in constant pain all the time. From the moment I wake up to when I go to bed, my heart is always hurting. I just feel sick to my stomach all the time. Then I felt God say this to me: there is no bear chasing you. You are the bear chasing yourself. And I paused and I'm like, wait, huh? And at first my ego, the ego likes to point fingers. The ego does not like taking responsibility. So when you try to bring responsibility close to the ego and say, you know what, let's just reflect, let's self-reflect, the ego is like, no, it's that person that did this to me. They're the reason I think this way, they're the reason I'm suffering like this. That's the ego. So that was happening at first. My ego was pointing fingers. But I thought to myself, hold on, just pause. Let me properly think about this. Let me reflect on this. Let me meditate on this. How is there no bear? And worst of it all, how am I the bear chasing myself? And you know what blew my mind? It was true. There was no bear chasing me. The fear of those things happening to me was an illusion, because it's not even real. Have you thought about this before? When you're living in fear, I want you to ask yourself this question: why do you believe more in terrible things happening to you than in good things happening for you? Why? That's what I asked myself, and that's how I transitioned into faith. That's how I switched. I'm like, you know what? Fear is still faith, but that's you having faith against yourself. You're having faith in worst case scenarios happening to you. Because, okay, let's say it's a probability. There's a potential that it could happen. But it's the same way that there's also a potential good things can happen for you. It's 50-50, right? 50% chance of bad things, 50% chance of good things. But when you're living in survival mode, you're choosing to focus on the 50% chance that terrible things could happen to you. What about this 50% chance that something good can happen for you? What about that? Why are you ignoring it? These are the questions that I asked myself. And that was how I decided, okay, I'm going to switch my attention from here to here. Now I hyperfixate on the good things happening for me. I hyperfixate on that. And not just that, I also go back in my life to remember all the good things that have happened for me. I go back to reflect on all of the beautiful things God has done for me, all of the miracles in my life, all of the blessings upon blessings. I go back and I hyperfixate on those things instead, to the point where now I don't even notice the fear. Another mentality that helped me heal was just remembering that ultimately nothing can actually harm me. If I could survive my mother's death and I could survive my best friend betraying me so much last year, I can survive whatever, okay? Like, I'm way stronger than I thought, because I have the backing of the Almighty God. So now I run towards my fears. I don't run away from them anymore. The more you run away from them, the more they will keep chasing you. Exposure therapy, right? Where you actually approach the things you're terrified of, and you notice that that fear is just an illusion. It just falls away because when you do survive it, you're like, wait, then what was I afraid of? What are you so afraid of? Your partner cheating on you? Okay, yes, it's going to suck. It's going to hurt so bad. But are you going to die? No. You'll be fine. You will be. In fact, you will live to tell the tale, okay? An old man reminded me today in church that the only thing you should be afraid of is fear itself, because it prevents you from living your life. It convinces you that, worst case scenarios are going to happen to you and you're going to survive them. Okay, I told myself, you know what? My one mission in life is to make sure I learn how to live fearlessly, and I've been doing it so far, and it feels so liberating. It's this illusion that just blinds you and makes you start missing out on life, on all the blessings that God has in store for you. Okay, because then you start serving fear as your master instead of God. You start listening to it when it tells you, oh, don't go there because what if you meet new people and that new person could break your heart again because XYZ person did it. Nah, I'm like, I've told myself that I would never give a fellow human being like me the power to prevent me from living my life. No, if someone hurts me, okay, it's going to hurt, it's going to suck, but guess what? I will get over it. I will move on eventually, and I will still go out there and I will meet a better person. Stop letting fear dictate your life, okay? In fact, tell it that it has no more power over you. No, now you have power over it, okay? Make a commitment to yourself that in this lifetime you must experience a fearless life. That's how you'll be able to live a fulfilled life, because then you're able to recognize all of the good things happening for you, all of the beautiful blessings that God is pouring into your life. If you're living in survival mode, you cannot recognize those things. Recognizing, in fact, is a luxury. If someone is running from a bear, they're not over there like, oh my gosh, God, thank you so much for waking me up this morning. Thank you so much for, blessing me with this job. No, they're running for their lives. That's their priority. Their survival, okay? So being in survival mode is making you miss out. Say no. Say no more to that fear and watch your life change.